Hi, my name's Kristen Boddy and I'm an IELTS teacher at Viva College in Brisbane. Today in Spotlight on IELTS, I'd like to continue my series talking about pronunciation. Today's video is going to be very simple, but my desire is actually to give you a little bit of encouragement. As someone who's had to learn other languages myself, I know how difficult it is to master pronunciation. But what I'd like to tell you is it's not impossible. So the key with pronunciation difficulties is that actually, because many of the sounds that you have to produce in English don't exist in your first language, your brain is not accustomed to producing them. And how does the brain learn? The brain learns by repetition. So the best way to improve your pronunciation in English is actually through doing drills. Now this is something that a lot of students hate doing. First, because maybe they're a little bit lazy, and second, because actually they feel silly or embarrassed when they're doing them. But please take my word for it. If you repeat a sound again and again in the correct way, trying to produce it slowly and clearly, I guarantee you that over time your brain will actually create synapses that fire and create connections, and your brain will then be able to produce these sounds for you. This is a very complex mechanism, but it's something that's easy to train. So let me give you a very common example of a sound that many students struggle with. This is the TH sound, the. Now many students can't make this sound, so they make an alternative sound like za, which is the Z sound. Now, perhaps this actually doesn't impact the listener's ability to understand what you're saying, but it makes it more difficult for you to speak clearly. So, if you need to practice this sound, you need to first produce the correct shape in your mouth. The shape when you produce the sound is actually like this. You've got to stick your tongue outside of your mouth, in between your teeth. The. Now, all of the students that I've worked with over the years that have had difficulties with these sounds are actually able to produce them in the end by simply doing this repetitive action, the. All right, enough. So, all I want to tell you today is you need to identify the sounds in English that you can't produce easily or clearly. You need to listen to the correct form of the pronunciation. You actually need to watch videos of people producing those sounds. YouTube is a great place to find those. And then you need to stand in front of a mirror and do the practice again and again and again and again. Start very slowly and then get faster. The. The other thing that you can do to help yourself improve your pronunciation of particular sounds is using tongue twisters. So you need to find a tongue twister that contains the sound that you find it difficult to say. A lot of students find the s and the sh sounds difficult to differentiate. And obviously, if you don't have them in your language, that's why you find it difficult. One very good tongue twister to practice these sounds is she sells seashells by the seashore. Now I can say that easily and quickly because English is my first language. But when you practice, you need to say it very slowly at first. She sells seashells by the seashore. Repeat it again and again and again and again, really slowly, and then gradually increase your speed. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. If you do these two things, I guarantee you that over time your pronunciation will improve and you'll be amazed at how your brain has adapted to the new sounds. But don't give up. Many students get discouraged because they can't make the sounds and then they get lazy and stop trying. I guarantee you that this is something that you can improve if you focus. So let's quickly review what I've talked about today. If you want to improve your pronunciation of particular sounds, it's not impossible. You need to identify what those sounds are, you need to listen to the correct pronunciation and visualize the correct manner in which they are produced, and then stand in front of the mirror and repeat them slowly to yourself, record them so that you can hear the way that you're saying them and make sure it's correct. And the second thing that you can do is practice with tongue twisters. My name's Kristen Boddy. I'm an IELTS teacher at Viva College in Brisbane. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you can join us again next time for Spotlight on IELTS. And if you have any questions or would like to leave any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Bye for now.